Hi guys, so welcome to part 2 of the birthday celebration loaded pocket swap tutorials. I did say I was going to put gatefold in the title, but then I thought, well, that's kind of weird because I told you guys you can pick the gatefold. You can do the long flap pocket or you can do the open pocket. I prefer for you to do the gatefold pocket because that's, the new pocket, but whatever it is that you would like. Like if you really, came up with something great in the long flap one and you're like, I really just want to expand on that, go for it. But the gatefold I think is really fun. If any of the things I'm using are available, I'll link them in the description box. Those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So thanks for using those if you can. I think people are probably, grabbing the stuff that they have in their stash and things like that, other than some little specialty items here and there, or something fun and new you want to pick up. I think today I'm going to do it with a shaker for sure. I'm going to do the tassels because I know we haven't talked about that, or like as far as making them. Lots of ways to make tassels. I did say paper tassels in the guideline. I did say that in the first video. I said, if you want to make them from like beads, that's fine. I really don't want like yarn tassels or just, unless you're like amazing at making them and they look really awesome. I think the time involved in making those is so little that it's not quite fair, you know what I'm saying? And then like what goes into it, really basic. So it needs to be something like, especially since this one is just, birthday card, a tag, the shaker mix, a gift, the 3 tassels or rosettes or bows, those kinds of things. I feel like it's something that you can put time into. So, and then these don't take a whole lot of time, but they do take some, extra things. I'm going to use, what's funny is I have all these papers and I'm like, oh, you have a lot of offcuts. A lot of these I still can use, like this I can still use like in my actual pocket, but you're gonna have a lot of these different offcuts afterwards, so it'd be something great that you can go ahead and make your tassels with, because then it'll coordinate perfectly. But it's whatever you want. Like honestly, I'm really looking at this piece, so I think I'm gonna use that piece as maybe one of my tassels. And you don't need a lot. That's the whole thing. I was going to say, it just depends on what you're going for. Actually, I'm going to put this to the side. And I guess I'll put this to the side because I think this is a really good size for what I want. Let me see. 2, 4, 6, 7. I would say about 6 inches is usually pretty good. Like I said, I had this die. And I'll use it just to see. I know LDRS ships pretty quickly, so if this is something you're interested in, you probably get it really quick. Because it has these little holes, I'm like, I don't know, and they're a little bit thicker, so I feel like when they're thick like that, you probably want to make like a bigger tassel with it, like maybe twice as long. I don't know, that's why it doesn't have an edge on one side, so you can make it longer. And I believe this is about a 6-inch die, so maybe I'll try that just to show you what that looks like. My whole plan was to use these, they call them herb scissors. If you look shredding scissors, I'll have them linked. This one does come with like some other stuff. I'll link one that's very much the same but has less items, so it's just the scissors and it costs less, obviously. But just because this one comes with a couple of extra things, and I wanted it right away from Amazon, so it was a little bit higher than if you just bought the scissor by itself, because you might have to wait a week for those to come in. I was like, oh, I'm not waiting a week. So anyway, if you're cutting basically herbs with this, it's easy to cut your little chives, and it cuts them, however many times at once, right? As you're going along, you can clean it out, and then this is to store it. So these are just some extra bits. I don't know. We'll put those to the side for now. And then I'm going to use these guys to just round them out really nicely. So again, 3 bows, and your bows need to be layered up more than just like the bow. And I really like a couple things in the center, or like a couple of tails, just really deck them out. And then the rosettes, again, same thing, at least like more layers than just the rosette. Obviously a lot of people like to put cute little toppers on them, and then like some tulle or something, like just really take your time with them and make them really cute. That's all we're looking for. I already have videos on that. There's tons of videos on YouTube on them. They have to be larger than 1 inch, right? And 1 inch, I was even thinking that's actually still pretty small. Someone sent in these little guys, I don't know. But most people send them in so like 2 or 3 inches, and that's really nice. The rosettes, a couple of inches. They're usually like in here is about the size that people send in, and that's great. So I have these bead caps, end caps. I keep calling them bead caps. They're end caps. And so obviously this one makes a tiny little guy. This one makes like a more of a medium size. I think I'll go with this size, and then this one makes a bigger boy. It's just whatever fits in here. I'll show you how to make them without that too, even though that's my plan. So I was thinking like this one rolled up, honestly. I am going to get this a little bit curved already just so we can kind of start. I feel like we'll see how this goes. So this is about 7 inches by 1.5, let's say 1 3/4. I want to be more accurate about that because It's almost 1 3/4. Because you definitely want it to actually look like a tassel, right? And oh my gosh, the last time some people included tassels just like on their outside, like on on the beaded a charming ear swap, and they were so pretty. So anyway, with these guys, all you're going to do is take them and you're going to cut. Now, I don't really know how deep, not deep, obviously as deep as you want them, right? I'm saying cut it pretty high. I would leave like maybe 1/4 inch or a little bit less at the top, because, or a little more, because you want it to tuck into the bead cap, but at the same time you don't want it to look like you didn't fray anything. So all I'll do is do this, and if I need to cut some away, I'll do the guillotine on that, right? So right now I'm just looking at this, and we just go snippy snip. Okay, and hopefully that covers by the bead cap. And I like that size. Some people, I think, well, it depends on the scissor. I think that looks pretty good. So having that space, it looks like maybe it's 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to move over about 1/8 of an inch from this one so that the next one is still about the same sizing, and give it a snip, and just keep going, right? Ooh. These scissors feel really nice, I will say. I'm trying to keep it nice and straight. But again, this one is literally handmade. I did look on my Cricut to see if I had like a tassel die cut, and I do not. And I have tassel dies, but they're a little hard to come by now, so I think if you're new to the game, you're probably not going to find it, or at least shipped in time, other than like this guy. Okay, at the very end here, I'm just going to do that. This whole time I should have had my hot glue gun on. Let's turn this guy on. Okay, and then while that's warming up, I'm going to run one of these guys through. I'm just going to run this through some practice paper, because I don't know. Well, we'll see. Maybe I will. Since I already have these other ones, I'm probably going to go with the scissors, right? But let's run this guy through. Something pretty. Let's see. I have a scrap piece of paper. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's like the perfect size. So, I was going to pick up those herb scissors. That's too funny. I guess that would have worked, but not great. Okay, so I'm going to run this guy through right quick. We're waiting for this. Does it fit in here? I was going to say it's about 6 inches, so it should fit. Right down in there. And what I'll do with this one is show you how to make a tassel, maybe, you know, without the end caps. Yeah, so see how it holds on, so that way you can continue extending it if you wanted. So this guy's kind of small. If I got a different piece of paper, I would just keep going, but right now I'm just going to trim that away. And so it's a really smart design, right? What I'm saying is you would just bring this back and keep going. So that's the end that didn't cut, so you probably want to come on this side and keep going. Yeah. Nope, this way. Sorry. I was going to say it has to go the other way. I'm trying to look to see what's going on here. So this side that didn't cut, this side did already, so you're going to layer those together and then keep going. Okay? So this is the cut edge, this is the side that didn't cut. Since you already have that trim cut there, you're just going to keep going. With that guy, that is very cute. So this one's called the fringe die, because they had like for piñata looks kind of things. So we have this little guy. Oh my gosh, how cute. Oh, you know what? I might do a couple of each, or I don't know, we'll see. Okay, let's let that keep warming up. And generally what we're gonna do is roll these guys up. Oh, I said I would show you how to make one without an end cap, right? So maybe this one we can work on right now. I need like a little twine maybe or something. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'll be right back. For this one, honestly, I would double it up. So this is about 6 inches of fringe and stuff. I just have a little piece of twine, and of course you'd want to get one that matches. I'm going to put a little knot in there just to make it a little, help me out in my center, but you don't have to do that. You can just pop it in there. You can pop it in afterwards. It doesn't really matter. I kind of start off with that and kind of have it there so when we roll this up, okay? So I'm trying to do this without a lot of materials so that you guys can do this at home. I do have quilling tools. I have several. What I'm thinking is just grabbing a tweezer if I can find one. Oopsie, because that will help us. I have these bottles here, and it's because there's beads here from like the bead swap that got away, and they're just rolling around, and I should clean them up, especially by now. But anyway, Let me see. Hold on. Which way do we want to do this? The pretty side facing out. Okay, I might have to put the glue on the other side. It doesn't really matter actually right now, but like I said, I kind of start off with this to kind of help me have that in there. And really, I'm going to end up rolling this by hand, I think. But if you want the tweezer to help you out, you can start in the center if you're not putting this guy in the center. Oh no, yeah, I do need glue on this side. Okay, perfect. I'm going to get this a little more. And I like to put glue the whole way. Sometimes people like to put glue here and there. Whatever it is that you like best, go for it. And I really like to glue in the center piece. But again, you can pop that in later if you want to like bring it in. Now you're trying to keep this really tight, which I'm doing a poor job of. And this is my first time using this guy, so it feels more square, you know, as I'm rolling. Actually, that's a lot of fringe. That's pretty good for a tassel. I think that's pretty good. Aww. And then, you know, sometimes people will mess with it, or you can just leave it nice and pristine, let the person who gets it mess with it. It's up to you. I'm going to hold this down until it doesn't want to open up, and I'll be right back. So I just made sure that stayed in there, and that is a super basic tassel. So what normally people do is they'll take like maybe some pretty washi tape, like something gold or just something pretty, and wrap it around here. And I would recommend, if you're going to do that, add a little glue, because what happens with the washi, after a while it dries out and it'll just come away. Some people like to deck them out with like an extra pearl or something, so we can also do that. Again, the one I'm going to do is very basic. I'm using pretty papers over here with that topper, but let's say you want to do like the little pearl thing. I'm trying to see if I have a pearl that's not too big, because you also don't want it to be like huge. Ooh. I wish I had one that's a little smaller, but you get the idea. Let's just go with that one, but you probably want to go with one that's a little bit smaller that fits the size of your little guy here. And then maybe just a little trim. This is a fun trim, I think, for a birthday thing. Now, if I had thought about this earlier, I would have put this through here first, but that's okay. I'm going to fight with this for a second. So basically, I'm going to take this guy and try to get it up into this pearl. And I might, oh, you know what? Hello. We have better ways of doing this. Let me get a string. I'll be right back. This is me struggling with things. But anyway, I was just going to get like a piece of string, like seriously like a piece of thread. And get that. Actually, hello. I could just use the piece that was on here. I didn't need to cut that. It's on a needle. This is just because I'm doing this backwards, guys. You could do this differently. I'm going to pop that through there. And sorry, again, this is just because I'm doing this backwards. I'm just going to take this through and pull one side out. We just need it so I can get this in here. I know this is silly. Okay, so I'm going to put that through there. Okay. I just had to grab that better. And then just get this guy going back through here. Needle and all. Get that needle out of there. And just pull this back in. Hope that made sense to you guys. It made sense to me. It worked. Just trying to get that back through. Obviously you would do it differently if you had started off with the plan of putting a pearl on there. Now this thing should be ready to go. So what I'm going to do is just pick this up a little bit. Oh, it's extra ready. Hold on. I was like, this will be quick. But the thing is, you know, you add more and more as you're thinking about it. So just a little hot glue in there. Pop that guy down. And like I said, I usually clean up my hot glue afterwards, but for this one I might just, yes, it's hot, but it's not as hot as when I first put it down. But see how it starts drying, and that's when it's easier to just take it off. Okay. I'm going to let that set up just for a little bit, because I know this hot glue is a little bit rubbery. It's different, so I'll be right back. And to finish off this little tassel, I have this little trim. I thought it was cute. Of course, whatever goes with your theme. Well, your theme is birthday, but you know what I'm saying, with what you're doing. Let's get that guy. I'm going to go ahead and just have it ready. So I'm going to cut it off. Usually I do that and then I cut it off, but that's pretty perfect right there. And I'm at the seam here too, so let's just get it right close to the top. I'm trying to not get glue, extraneous glue everywhere. And I'm buttoning this up right up against that little pearl just to really kind of cover up that junction. Although it is pretty neat. I always try to work neatly, that way you don't have to do a lot of cover up, but you know, things happen. Oh my gosh, how cute would this be in Christmas colors? Like a little choir singer or something. Cute. Again, you can fluff it out if you would like. You know what, that die, honestly, pretty great for making the one, I mean, really, really is cute. And again, I use really stiff paper too, so there's that. Now this guy, I would take my quilling tool because I really want to, but I'm gonna use just some regular stuff so you guys can see you don't need anything super special. Putting a little glue, I'm gonna start with this. And this roll is gonna be a little tighter because the frill is smaller, right? The little strands are pretty small. So we'll do our glitter mix today, or shaker mix, should I say. And then we'll see, we might do, I don't know. I do have a gift, but I have other ideas for my gift, and I don't have everything in, but I can show you kind of what I guess where we're going with that. So I guess we can do that too. I kind of wanted to put my shaker mix in cute little bottles. I got those little macaron, but I'm going to do something else with that. And let's just get this guy out before it wants to stay forever. Ooh, there's the other thing. We want to see that it's the same, about the same diameter of what we need in here. If not, I'll switch out to the next one. Yeah. Didn't think about that, did I? That's another reason why sometimes people wait on the glue. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a tight fit, but I think I can get it in there. Ooh. Ooh-wee. I did not think about that. Okay. Oh, you know, I don't even need glue. No, I'm just kidding. I will glue, but it really is tight. I'm gonna have to do this one again. And I can finish this one off the other way, I suppose. We're gonna do this again, and I'm gonna make it much tighter and probably less paper, right? So I told you guys I wanted like 6 inches. That was 7 inches of paper. So let me do this again. I'll be right back. Live and learn. So this is still about 1 3/4, and then it's 6 inches. And what I'm gonna do is go ahead and, just like I did before, kind of come in here, leave myself about the same space, and cut right there. Okay. I'm just gonna go down the whole thing, and I'll be right back. So let's do this again. This one feels a little more fragile because I went higher up, so let's just keep that in mind. And what I'm gonna do is put a little glue at the beginning, but not the rest of it, and that way we can manipulate it at the end if we need to, right? So let's go again, and again, keeping it tight. I'm just gonna curl, 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 and I'm not putting glue at the very end because that way I can still tighten it if I need to, you know. So I will be right back. I'm gonna keep curling to the end. Here, I'm gonna take that out. See how that might fit. Oh, see, it's already better because we have 6 inches of stuff. Very good, very good. Okay, much better. I am gonna have to work this a little bit though. And I'm gonna tighten it up just a little bit. That just means going in here and trying to pull everything a little tighter. Tassels aren't as easy as we thought. And then of course keep it level at the bottom. I can see the middle part wants to pop out, looks silly. And if we need to trim some away, we can also do that. So I think I'm going to trim away just a little bit of it, even though I really like a full tassel. It just, I don't need it. So maybe 5.5 inches might work best for this one. And this is a larger bead cap, or end cap. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, perfect. So just making sure this is nice and straight in the center. Everyone's on the same page. How funny. The other one was easier than this, but that's okay. All right, so again, just a little glue. And I normally would put the glue inside the bead cap, the end cap. But there we go. Just push it right in there. I'm gonna wait for that to set up, and I'll remove this little excess, and I'll be right back. Guys, so for me, it looks like for this bead cap, 5.5 inches about of the paper, and about 1 3/4 inches. I mean, that's if you want it this long. You can make it shorter, of course, or whatever it is that you want. I'm gonna remove this little excess hot glue. And that's it. And then, I don't know if you want to call it like plating up, but whenever I go to put these on, I'm going to put them on a little piece of paper and then just put them on with like a jump ring, present them that way or however you want. Oh, you know what would be really cute? I didn't even bring this out. I should have brought this out. To have this guy and then just have them like strung on here and then the person can still remove them. Oh my goodness. Lots of fun ways to play with that. I will have to think about that one. That would be really, really fun. Anyway, just a couple ways to make tassels. There's, I'm sure, a million ways to make them. Some of the simple ones, like I said, I will link this die in the description box. It makes it really, really sweet. I mean, obviously much more uniform than what I have going on, but not too shabby over here either. So, okay, so those are tassels, and then again, it could be a mix of rosettes and tassels, rosettes and bows, rosette tassel bow, if you want to make one of each, or whatever it is, but in each swap, you need to have 3 total. So 3 tassels, and of course, I'll make them all the same design. I'm not going to mix and match these designs, but whatever it is that you want to do with yours would be great. And what else? Yeah, so that's as far as that. And I probably should have mentioned at the very top, I'll have my, I think the reason I didn't say my information will be linked in the description box to sign up for the swap is because it's pretty much full. Like, even, I'm sure by the time you're watching this, it's going to be full. So there's that. But if it doesn't say that, then obviously it's still open. You guys can check it out. But yeah, it's just a couple ways to make tassels. You know, you want to do your bows, make your amazing bows, rosettes, amazing rosettes, go for it. Again, for this one, I just included the tassel just for something different. And I think I'm totally going to string mine up on that thing like I had mentioned. That'd be really cute. Oh my goodness. Okay. Shaker mix. I'll be right back. So for your shaker mix, I had said at least 3 different items. So I don't want, you know, like 3 sequins and one's pink and one's purple and one's, you know, white or whatever. I want different shapes, different kinds of things, guys. So that's what I mean by 3 different things. At least 3. As you can see, I have a million things in front of me. And then packaged really cute, and a tablespoon, at least a tablespoon of the mix in each package. And I picked up some little macarons that I know aren't going to be good for the shaker mix stuff, because I don't want it to explode when someone opens it. It's just going to pop open unless you have like a really tiny bag to keep it all together. So I'm going to use these guys. I've had these guys in different swaps. They're really cool, especially for this one because it's like holographic. It's really fun. It's see-through here so you can see what's in there. They hold really tight. I haven't seen any swap ever come in when people pick these up and use them that has like opened, so that's really great. So I'll link these. They're from Amazon there. And I have a ton of things, and I don't even know, most of the stuff isn't even glitter or anything like that this time around, but picked up some fun things at Michael's. Now this one's not going to work for this, but I just want to show you the little llamas and cactuses. Oh my goodness. This one has like unicorns and little clouds and things. Now this is more table scale. I mean, these are big pieces. This one has little flowers, and this one has little flowers that are more like Fimo chunks, which I think I'm going to use today. And then they have these guys, and I'm not gonna lie, these are kind of expensive. I don't know what they're thinking over there, because it's like the smallest amount of each thing, and they're like $6, $7, I don't know. But I was like, I need them, so I'll just grab them. But wow, a lot of cute things in here. I was really looking for more birthday things, so for me, it's the colors of some of the items that are in here. They're mostly hearts and flowers and stars and things like that. This one was just really fun with the, like, did it have unicorns? I think it has unicorns in it. Well, anyway, it has planets and, like, stars. Again, just some of the things that are in here, like the little clouds, I think I would love to include, because why not? That is so cute. Things like that. I had picked these up on Amazon. These are, like, Fimo slices that are, again, really fun. Really, what I was wanting was these, so I'm going to use the whole pack of these, I'm sure. And maybe the whole pack of the other one. They look like sprinkles, but they're Fimo like clay, so for sure that. For sure these little sprinkles, let's see which one. Maybe I want them to stand out against, like if I went with this one, they're kind of almost the same color, so I'm gonna for sure use the whole pack of this too. Oh my goodness. Open up. No, not today. There we go. Those are too cute. And then, you know, even at the Dollar Tree, they had like the little birthday hats, and then like balloons over here, and like cakes. I like this one because it's mostly cakes and stars. They both have something else mixed in with them, so I'm going to try to, as well as I can, just pick out birthday cakes, just pick out the hats, just pick out things like that, okay guys? So I will be right back because that's going to take a while. Guys, so I literally sat here and just picked out every single one of these things that I think should go in there. I'm so sorry about the lighting because it's going crazy since everything in here is kind of wild and shiny and things. Okay. So I did pick out those stars just because I didn't want the stars in there, not because I don't want stars. It's just they're real big and I don't know. I wanted the focus to be on like the birthday cakes, the balloons, and the hats. And so let's add some other things that will fill it up, but at the same time don't distract too much. So, oh my gosh, these things are like impossible. Okay. I really like these like clear hearts. I think those will be fun. Because again, it adds to the mix, but doesn't really distract too much. And there are some in there that won't come out, and of course I'm going to get them out because I don't like wasting. Let's get those guys out. I'll be right back. And these like little pop hearts, you know, I want to save those for like Valentine's. Maybe some of these little guys because they're cute, a little unassuming. And I really like the little clouds, like with balloons in the clouds. So I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna get these clouds out. I'll probably pour some of those in too. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so all the clouds, because there's not that many in there anyway. And down in here, there's also these little pink kind of translucent stars. Again, I just like for the color. Ooh, maybe we should go. I'll go with the pink ones. There you go. We got those all. Let's see what this is looking like. Let's give it a little mix. Really bright and fun and cheery. Oh my gosh. Super chunky. So just a little bit of everything fun in there. Got your sprinkles, got your little things. Let me see if I have anything else in the actual like spangled glitters that I have, and I'll be right back. I have this Easter sequins, but I think the colors are really nice that go along with like the pastel nature of the first things I put in. So let's put a ton of these. And I made a ton. Let's see, I don't want it to really overpower everything, so let's see what that, sorry guys, what that looks like. Oh my goodness, this has everything in it. That I'm happy with. I'm very happy with that. Okay, I think that's it. And I think that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna take all these guys. It's easy to go with your shaker mix because you just make a lot of it and then package it up. You guys have so many cute ways of packaging them, so thank you guys for doing that. I mean, honestly, this isn't that chunky. I just feel like if I put them in, or like fine, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if I put them in those little macaroni I had bought for this purpose, the person's gonna have it explode everywhere, so. And like I said, a tablespoon of the mix at least, and I'm shoveling it in here, literally. So I'll just make sure that I separate it out evenly, and I'll be right back. So I'm trying to get every last bit of this. It's like Campbell's soup. Is it Campbell's soup that's good to the last drop? I don't know. Anyway, try to get every last little bit of what we got going on in here. I'll get those last bits in one of them. Let all the air out. That's very important. And then close it up, because letting the air out is what keeps it from like exploding later. So I'll be right back. So I feel bad because normally what happens in these videos is I actually go ahead and like finish the 3 bows or finish the 3 rosettes. You know, time's running short and I want to get these videos out. So I made 1, possibly 2. These are not going to be in the same swap. Obviously, they're very different from each other. So I'm going to do these. But I have 1 right now. I have my 4 packs, of course, because I'm making 4. You either make 2 or 4. I don't need to know ahead of time if you're making 2 or 4. Just send in 2 or 4. I get this question a lot. If you send one for me, that would obviously be 3 or 5. And I really appreciate it. I know that's a lot of work. So thank you so much if you do. No worries if you don't. Okay, I don't require that because I do get people like, oh, do we have to send you one, or is that part of the thing? No. But I love it. Thank you guys. So these are part of what I ordered for my gift. I had picked them up on Joann's and I ordered them online. So like they had 3 of each in store and I was like, because I wanted them to be all the same. So I did 2 and 2 because they're basically happy birthday stickers. Look at these little Jolie's ones. So cute with little, like, it was so hard. I really like to choose one or the other. You know, they had 2 and 2, and then this is the Kane Company, a little different design with the candles and everything to celebrate. So super cute on both of them. These are my gifts, so one in each pocket, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. And then I picked these guys up. These are what I was talking about. Look how cute these are. I mean, I'm still going to use them. I'm going to put something else in them, but we have a little like treat. And then we have these macaron cases. So what I think is I'm going to, okay. I said one, treat or gift or whatever, and those are the minimum guidelines. And I said it's whatever fits in your case, right? Within the guidelines. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, this, and then, add in, I don't know, something that's not on the list. But obviously, gift or treat can be whatever you want, like I said. I'm already losing my train of thought. So hold on. Okay, so I'm going to grab one of these guys. This one's already open, so a little macaron. So I also want to include like either like a tea and a Ghirardelli or something like that, but I want that to be fresh. I don't want to put that in there right now or even work on that right now. So maybe it's something I'll work on later. Like I'll show another tutorial later if I make like a little pocket for it or something. But for right now, I'm not going to include that. But I do want to include something edible if it's like a chocolate, I don't know, something sweet, right? But I do want to share some of these charms that I had just picked up. So I think one of my gifts is going to be this guy. And again, however it arranges, however it fits in here, like let's say this one has this guy, I mean, look at that. And honestly, in my mind, I thought this was going to be a lot bigger, so I'm really happy that it doesn't take up that much space. We have our shaker mix, right? I'm going to have my tassels, and like I said, I might even present them just on here, like stuck on here. That'd be really cute, as long as they don't get damaged, right? So you're packaging your things in a way that the stuff that you include doesn't get damaged, because that would be not great, Ooh, they might even cling to this, so then when it opens up, they kind of pull tighter. Oh my gosh, you guys, so many ideas. Okay, and then I have these little guys. So what I was gonna do is share some different like bead stuff. And I'm gonna put these guys in a bag together, so they're not just gonna be loose in there, which I guess they could be because those guys are big enough, but that's not what I was going for. So what I'm gonna do is just share a few, whatever fits in there comfortably. How many do I have in here? 30, and I have 4 to make, so at least I could share 5, I suppose, and I'll leave a few for my dangle that I want to make, because I also want to make a dangle. So, let's pop those in there, and that's one of my little treats, gifts. Oh, yeah, this closes a certain way. It has a little thing there, and it just closes like that. So, little macaron. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to fill these two up with some other, like, beady items, and I'll be right back, guys. So, I put some end caps in here because I thought, you know what, it's kind of a rare thing people don't really have just laying around, so that's a fun thing to share. I put some little crackle beads in here that go with like the colors that I like. Sorry about my lighting. A little macaron that I had in my stash that are super cute. I have them in like a mint green and like a blue. And even though you don't see these, I think it'd be really cute when the person opens them and be like, oh my gosh. So here's a little macaron in there. It's like a little candy bag. Oh my gosh. Again, it's what fits in your swap. So there we go. And I'm gonna pop this guy. Where is it getting stuck? What are we getting stuck on? I don't know what we're getting stuck on. Something. Okay. So we have that, and then I would kind of maybe layer that up a little bit. This is taking a lot of space, so what I'll probably do is make it so it's a little bit flatter. Do you know what I'm saying? Like flatten it out, so make it fit. We have this guy. We have, so for today, and then I decorate. So I'm going to decorate this stuff probably later on and actually finish everything up so you're not really going to see exactly what's going on here. Again, our little tassels. So I have, let's think, our tag and our card, and then my extra item like a dangle or whatever. So of course we'll work on that, or a pick, or whatever else, decorative, just clippies, whatever it is as far as that. I went to get my list because I was like, I don't know, I'm forgetting something. Our 5 die cuts. So usually die cuts are pretty thin, so for me that's not a big deal. I did lay this down flatter. They laid flatter this way than up this way. You know what I'm saying? So all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Hope that gave you some idea. Again, just go all out. Use your best paper crafting items and supplies, and just have a lot of fun with it. I'm hoping to make up my boxes today. I really want to make all my little boxes, so I have those ready to go, and just start popping things in as I work on them. So when I come back, I will have my tassels done, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we'll work on the other things that we need. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye now.